Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. Okay, so we have the PV300s, and now I have them linked in series. Now, the trouble you're going to get with these panels, no matter how good you do it and how perfect you got to set them up, is you can see that when it's kind of wavy. That has to do with the ground, plus you have the kind of moon shape. If you see that kind of moon shape, that's just normal and natural with foldable panels. Because they, try to keep them light, they bend a little bit in the middle. That's just something you really can't fight, unless you have, I don't know, like something like, 100-pound foldable panel, but who wants that, right? So you're going to deal with those two. As you can see, like the first panel is a little this way, and then the second one is kind of like a little bit more moon shaped straight. The third one, you can see that black line right, I think it's right here. What that is that's where the panel is kind of higher than the other. So you're not going to get a perfect setting with these panels, and that was the whole point of this test, is to just put them out in a normal environment, just a natural environment, with obviously lumps like that, because when you put them in the grass, you're never ever going to be perfectly level. I don't care what you do, I don't care how good an aimer you are at the sun. It's just that's the Achilles heel, if you will, of foldable solar panels. So what we'll do is we'll test. Now hopefully you guys can see this. It's very bright out here, but it's kind of deceiving because today in our state we have this haze that's over the entire sky. So it looks very bright. As you can see my shadow on the ground, it looks very nice, but there's a weird haze. It's almost like like a cloud's there but not. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. Almost like a fog kind of look in the sky. And this is the only day that I'm able to try these for you guys. So I'm just trying to get more tests out there so people have more information about these panels. Okay, so I have them hooked in series now. As you see, I have one positive going into the negative, and that's basically this panel, and they're holding hands like that. And then here's the two leads coming out of those panels. And then this is your hopefully you can see that, guys. It's 78.90, 78.89, so it's very stable right now. 78.87, so it's very stable at just under 79 volts. And then here's your volts per meter. I don't know if you saw that, but the 78.8082. So that's probably that weird haze. Normally these panels would come in at approximately 80 volts, almost to 81 volts of what I've seen. So we're fighting a little bit of less voltage because of this weird haze. But like I said, it's the only day I can get out here, guys. So I'm trying my best here. I'm sorry. All right, so right now 78.77. So as you can see, that's that weird. Boy, I wish I could explain it. It's very strange. It's like a cloud's there, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's hard to explain. So I wish I had a perfectly clear day. We don't get perfect days anymore, it seems. Like when I was a kid, the sun used to always be out and the sky was always beautiful blue, and now it's this strange kind of grayish. Now I live in a very large city. It's a very large city. We have probably close to possibly 1 million people here. So that California haze kind of thing, maybe we're getting that here. I don't know. I'm not a scientist for the weather, or a meteorologist or anything like that. I'm just a fella testing some solar panels out in the backyard. All right, so we're just under 70. See, now it's 78. I can't read that. 78.57. So that's what I'm dealing with, guys. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here, and then I'm going to go inside. And then I'm going to hook this line to the house, and then we're going to, well, not to the house, to the power station inside where I can see, and then we can see what kind of numbers, and we'll see if that machine shuts off now, guys, okay? All right, guys, I'll be right back, okay? Okay, guys, all right, we're back in the house here. Now I got my cable running in here. I got both solar panels on this string. This is only 12 gauge cable, so if you're going to do this, I'd recommend at least 10 gauge cable or higher. I don't have this long of 10 gauge that I can do this test. When I installed the penetrations or the in-outs, they were only 12 gauge. Jason already turned me on to this stuff, and I really like it, but I will be upgrading that to either 10 gauge or even 8 gauge in the future. But you know, with the solar stuff, guys, it gets expensive. So, you know, every time you got to buy something, it feels like, oh my God, there's another $100 you got to throw. So, all right, so we got both of them on this array, if you will, 2 panels. We got one input, the Aviation 5 port. We're going to go in this bad boy here, port number 1. We're going to test both ports and see if this shuts down or anything. You'll see the input. Okay, there it starts. So the MPPT controller is understanding what it's hooked to, and it's deciding what voltage and amps is best for the regulation of the battery. So I don't think we're going to get full power, guys, because like I said, the haze that's outside, it's crappy. If you guys have ever seen California, you know, it's got that haze over the horizon, over the entire city. Like, being that we live in a very large city, we're starting to get a little bit of that, and that really hurts solar panels or arrays, because anytime you put, obviously, anything in between light and whatever you're putting the light on, you're going to have that shadow haze kind of look. And that really affects it, but it's very, very solid right now, guys. 420 right on the dot. No pun intended, guys. Sorry, no pun intended. Let's see, 421. So at least it's very solid. Now, you remember when I had it hooked up last time, the voltage and the amps and the watts would just, you know, they would just plummet all of a sudden and then kind of go back up, and then it would just shut down and go to 0. So we're going to just kind of let it go in real time and just see what it does, you know. As I always said, guys, I'm not an engineer for this. I am a sound guy by trade. I'm a construction worker, so I have limited knowledge of all this stuff. So I'm learning, as probably some of you guys are, and all I'm trying to do is provide a little bit of more information. That way, if people, you know, think, well, that panel is good for me, okay, good. If this is good for you, okay, good. If it's not, then it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a salesman that way, you know. I'm a construction and a sound guy, so I'm just kind of showing. It is very solid, though, so that's definitely better than what it was last time. If you remember, it was roller coastering. 423, and then that's like super solid, guys. That's like it's not even flinching between. If anything, yeah, see, it's going up very slowly. Yeah, 1 watt. So you have a fluctuation of literally 1 watt, and that even could be possibly a half a watt, or, you know, something like that. This is what I'm obviously drawing on these 2 strings. This is my workbench. It's 133 out, 132, and then 424, well, 423 now, 424. So that could be possibly 1 watt to anywhere between half a watt to 1 watt fluctuation, that's nothing, guys. That's stable. That's almost as stable as like plugging in from the AC, you know, because it usually sits like when the AC chargers. I have 2 of them. I have 2 different ones. When those are charging and plugged in, those at max, they usually sit at approximately 540. So I have these 2 guys here. Hopefully you can see that on camera. I got the old lunchbox, and then I have the updated one, which, this is crazy, guys. Like, they don't sell this. I have no idea how, you know, I know how I got it. I ordered one of these, and they sent me one of these. So I'm extremely thankful that they sent me one of these. I like to have 3. I buy 3 more of these. I have no problem spending money on this stuff. But I like it better than this one because, you know, the handle, and it just, this reminds me of something I had in the 80s. You know what I mean? Just that 1980s Back to the Future look. That lunchbox thing where Marty McFly's flying through the universe, and well, you know what I mean. It's like, I'm a big movie buff, so I reference a lot of things to movies. But this reminds me of something that doc would run through, you know, 1.2 gigawatts, you know, and he'd have a box like that or some crazy thing with his lab coat on. But yeah, still very solid though. I don't know how long I'll run the test, guys. I'll just let it go. I'll ramble and mumble in the background, and, you know, just so we don't have like dead air here. You know, as a sound guy, that's the worst thing you can have is dead air. I figure we do maybe like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Like maybe 5 minutes on port 1, and then 5 minutes on port 2. This is something also, I know it's off topic, but we've always discussed these rings, guys. You hear that? It's very hard to get those started because Pecron, they didn't put, or the plastic could have bulged. That's a possibility. Like when they first designed these, they didn't leave enough threads out there. And over time, you know, plastic kind of expands sometimes, especially in shipping, because, you know, it gets squished and it gets crunched. So maybe, or, you know, stacking them. I put a lot of weight on top of this. I put about 100 and, let's see, it's 100 and 115. So about 115 pounds I put on top of this model. And I have this huge tower in the corner. And you would think that with the bumpers and everything, it wouldn't squish. But notice that this is right next to the bumper. So on my model, maybe that extra weight on top of this kind of made this plastic bulge just enough to where you can't get it. See, I can't even get it started. But like, you know, some days you can and some days you can't. It looks like inside there's like maybe 1.5 threads sticking out. So I always said since the day one that I got this, Pecron, please make these a little bit further out with the threads so people can nicely put those on there. That way they don't strip those, because guys, if you keep, you know, screwing this on with only 1 or 1.5, possibly 2 threads on there, it's guaranteed over time that eventually you're going to strip those little teeth off there, the little threads. So if they could put, you know, I mean, it sticks out already. What's the difference of having 1, 2, or 3 more threads sticking out? I thought it was only my system at first because of that weight thing, but I've heard a lot of people talk about that they can't get the it's almost like a screw washer. Basically, it's an anchor so this doesn't get ripped out of there. But now these are plus and minus though, guys. You know, like I said, I've been doing audio for a very long time. Any port that locks on there is very dangerous, and I'll explain why. A lot of people, they think, well, if you lock it on there, it's safer. Well, here's the difference. Say you have a bunch of, as I do all the time, say you have a rack of instruments. You know, you have a PA head and you have speakers or whatever, guitar amps, or a half stack or a full stack or whatever, a Fender, you know, whatever you're using, and you screw this on, and, you know, man, God forbid somebody were to trip on this cable. Well, what would happen is if there's enough force on this cable by somebody tripping on it, guess what's going to happen, guys? This entire half rack could possibly tip over. Or if, oh, I got to make room for my cat here. She likes to sit on top of this solar thing here. All right, so you want to go up there, babies? Here, you can go up there. I know. You could be part of the video. It's okay. All right, guys, so we have an added feature to this video. Sorry. My cat really enjoys when this is on because obviously it generates heat. So Pecron, if you want to make $1 billion, make a solar panel generator thing here with a cat like bed on top, and as you can see, she's extremely comfortable. So sorry about that, guys. It was kind of an interruption, but it's a cute one, right? It's a cute interruption. Yeah, my little buddy. Okay, that's Ramblin Bobcat, guys. So as you can see, that the wattage is very, very stable still, 425. I don't know, you guys think that's long enough test on port 1? It seems, I wish you could get to the 600. Wait, baby, I need to see the screen though. That's part of the deal. These guys are watching and they had to see the screen, buddy. Oh, well, okay, don't be biting, don't be biting. All right, Ramblin Bobcat wants to play. Sorry, guys, you know. All right, so hopefully you guys can still see this. I try to distract her. Right, Ramblin Bobcat? Oh boy, this is, you know, this is going to be another review about Ramblin Bobcat, I believe. Once she, yeah, she wants to play. Once she got a taste of the limelight of being a superstar on TV here, she wanted to do that more and more. Right. All right, well, while I'm goofing around in the background with my cat, you're seeing the test in real time here. But I don't really know what else to do, guys, other than show it to you in real time, because I think that's the best way that you can purvey information is, I don't want to tell you, but I want to show you. You know, it's the best way to do it, for me anyway. So we have basically, I mean, it's solid as a rock, guys. That is solid as a rock. It's 425. Mrs. Ramblin Bob's here now, too. Boy, the whole family's here. Guys, the whole Ramblin Bob family is here now. So we have the crazy cat, right?
Hey, what are you doing?
We're doing the test on the PV300s.
Oh, I meant the cat, actually.
Oh, well, she's coming down. Okay.
Hey,
All right, so the cat ran over to see Mama here, so Mrs. Ramblin Mama Cat here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, solid as a rock, guys. I don't know. Well, at least it's not shutting down. At least it's not spiking. At least it's not dipping. Remember, it used to dip like that roller coaster. I've had this on, babe, for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So do you want me to, I was telling the guys out here, say, hey guys.
Hey guys.
I was telling the guys out here, and the girls, there's girls that watch this channel too, you know.
Hi everyone.
We got lots of ladies that watch the channel. Everybody wants to learn about this stuff. I do too. But we had it on port 1 now for approximately, I want to say, maybe, 8 minutes or so of the total video.
Yeah.
It's very solid at 425 watts, so it's not doing the dip that it used to do before and shut down. I think that's a long enough test. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so what do you think?
Yeah, if it's standing solid.
Okay. I mean, look at it. It's like it's deviating approximately 1 watt. Like as you can see, the 425 and the 424, that could be as close as a half a watt. You know what I mean? It could be 24 and a half to 25, but I'm going to call it 1 watt, guys, just for the test. And then, all right, I guess let's switch it over. Well, it stayed on, guys. I mean, isn't that the point? We're not getting full because the damn haze. I was telling the people out there, babe, that when you have a big city, we live in a big city with almost 1 million people.
Yeah.
If you guys think of the size of Chicago, it is just, you get that weird haze sometimes, and it's just from the pollution, the traffic. We have possibly 1 million people here, and then you have figure like how many cars? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about it, guys. We have a ton of cars in our city. I mean, our freeways are always full, and when you travel, you get stuck in the gridlock coming in and out of the cities all the time. So, all right, so I'm going to swap it over live. I don't recommend, guys, doing a hot swap. I'm going to do a hot swap because I want to do the things that people shouldn't do, and that way they can learn not to do them. I know that sounds goofy, guys, but that's how we learn, is to watch
what not to do.
Yeah, what not to do. So, like, when I learned how to first cut down a tree in life, I didn't watch people that cut down trees correctly. I was reverse engineering it. I wanted to know what people did wrong so I never do that again. It's kind of like something as dumb as putting a fork in an outlet. It's a bad idea, guys. I don't recommend it. But if you ever seen or heard of anybody do that, you will learn firsthand, visually and audibly, to never ever do that, right? Ramblin Bob, Mrs. I think that would be a very fast learner. So when I saw people cut down trees, and the tree would fall and squish them, and they literally get killed. Tree work is not a joke. If there's any arborists out there, I have mad respect for you. I've done it for years now, and that is one hell of a dangerous activity, if you will, or profession. Yeah, very dangerous. Guys, it's like 12 to 1. More arborists get killed every year than police officers. So if you have a fireplace or something, and you have, you bought wood and you kind of take it for granted, please, guys, if you see an arborist, give them a high five. That's a very dangerous job.
Not while they're in a tree, though.
Yeah, not when they're in the tree. Don't, let them cut the tree down and then give them a high five after they cut the tree down. How many trees do you think we've cut down in our lifetime, babe?
Thousands, probably.
Thousands? Yeah, that's a lot. Big and small.
A lot.
Yeah, we probably did a couple hundred in the last year that we were doing trees alone. So, over time, now we only take down, obviously, this is a whole nother conversation, but we only took down trees that needed to be taken down. We don't take down trees for fun. Trees that are damaged or something could really hurt or kill somebody. So, we take, the limbs off that are broken, or lightning strikes, or that one video that I showed you guys with that 25,000 pound tree, or it's probably 25,000 pound tree, probably a 8-foot trunk on it. I mean, 8 foot is a humongous, that's like a bus. That's like trying to cut down a bus, standing up, vertically. But that's immense amount of weight in a tree. It's very deceiving. So here on the other port now, back to the reason we're here. I know I ramble, and that's why you guys clicked on this video, some of you. I'll be the sports announcer that just goes off on a tangent. The Bob Uecker guy, he just rambles about stuff. I'll be Bob Uecker number 2, if I'm even in the same category of.
Both Bobs.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're both Bobs, you know. Bob Bougerv, I want to do. What is that called, dear? When two video people get together and do a thing.
A collab.
A collab.
Yeah, you're gonna collab with Bob Bougerv.
What is it? What does collab mean? Collab. Oh, collaboration.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm obviously still extremely new at this. This is a heck of a new hobby that I found that's very fun. So I don't know all the terminology yet. I'm going to do the collabs. So if Bob Bougerv, if you're out there, is he still with us? Bob?
I do not know.
Okay, Bob, if you passed away, I do apologize. But if you're still there and you want to do one of these collabby things with solar panels, man, shoot me a message. I don't know how he's going to get a hold of me, but I thought that's funny, guys. It's obviously a joke. But if he calls, I'll let you know. Holy crap, I would do it. I would do it. Is it Rambling Bob and Bob Bougerv together on a team? Oh, man. Oh, that would be cool. Okay. That's one of my favorite guys on the radio.
Video, though. You need extra time.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a long video.
Yeah.
Long video. All right. So we're back to the test here, guys. I'm just kind of filling time, guys. I'm a sound guy, so I talk naturally. Obviously, you don't want dead air. So I apologize for that. And those who enjoy the stories, you know, cool. Those who don't, you can always mute the video and watch the test. But so we're very solid at 420. No pun intended again. That's a funny joke, isn't it, babe?
Yeah.
So, okay, I hear that number all the time, guys. Crazy world, but let's see. So it's very, very stable, very, very stable, and it looks like it's deviating 1 watt again. But I think that haze. I don't think we're gonna. That's what we, Mrs. Rambling Bob. That's the outside video of what we have.
Ah, okay.
If I could show that, maybe I could show that real quick, guys. Hold on, let me take this over here real quick. Okay, see, so that's the, this is my corner of the market again. But as you guys can see, that's the hazy stuff. That's outside. And this is the tree that I like to accidentally cut down for the neighbor. Maybe if they go on vacation long enough one day, maybe I could take it down and make firewood for them, and they'll come back and use it in their fireplace if they have one. But just kidding. Okay, so as you see this haze? Like it's kind of clear over here, but it's not. It's like this whispering. What's that real high one, babe? Is it called cirrus clouds?
You know them and I don't.
Yeah, so guys, there's like a, what's it, Columbus clouds? No, that doesn't sound right. I don't think Columbus discovered the clouds.
Someone knows. Can someone tell us what it is, please?
Columbius? What the heck is the name of that cloud?
I only know stratus.
There's, yes, stratus clouds are those real high ones. I know that, right?
That's all I know.
The cirrus cloud. Hey, guys, we don't know clouds, so we're not going to review clouds anytime soon. There's, I'm going to do it my way. Those big cotton ball ones, right? Those are the ones that make thunderstorms. Those are the ones that look like alligators and elephants and everything, right? And then there's those real long whispery ones. But since neither me or Mrs. Rambling Bob or Bobcat, we don't know clouds. So please don't please don't hate us that we don't like or understand clouds.
No, tell us instead, like down in the comments, like what's what, you know?
Yeah, guys, if you know the names of clouds, man. Cumulus? Ooh, that sounds like it. Cumulus?
Yeah.
Stratus? Guys, it's popping back in my old brain here.
Oh.
What did I say at first? Columbus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I want to see a Columbus cloud, okay? I think it's called cumulus. I think. I don't know. Anyway, back to the test here. We're rambling away here. Okay, it's starting to go down. More of those Columbus clouds are probably coming in, or those stratus. Maybe are they called Trish Stratus clouds?
That's how I remember it, but that's not what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus. She was a wrestler, guys.
She is one now.
Oh yeah, she still works. Oh yeah, sure enough. Okay. Well, it's been let's see. This test, I'm trying to see the time here. It's looks like 18 minutes, 19 minutes. So obviously it's working, and we filled about probably, I don't know, what do you think, maybe 20 minutes or 25 minutes of rambling. Guys, if you enjoy these rambling stories, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Either way. So far, the only thing that while we're waiting, because, you know, we have to do this in real time. I don't want to do any cuts and stuff because, like, you know, that's the point of a test, is to see it in real time. But it's my nature to fill the sound waves. Being a sound guy, you don't, you know, dead air is bad air, basically. You know, you guys ever drive down the freeway and your radio station goes to dead air? Well, you don't know if your radio turned off or the signal dropped, and all of a sudden the guy goes, "Are we live?" You know, and then you have that oopsie. So that's the part you try to avoid in the radio world, in the DJ world, is any kind of a dead air. So you always just try to think of anything to say to fill that space. Oh, yep. See, it's starting to drop, guys. 405. So, okay. So today we're not going to get full power, obviously. We got all the Trish Stratus and the Christopher Columbus clouds covering the whole dang sky here. It always starts out nice, guys. You know, the day starts out and it looks like, hey, it's going to be nice today. And all of a sudden these Christopher Columbus and Trish Stratus clouds come in and they cover the whole dang sky. But there's also like this, Mrs. Ramblin Bob, would you call it like a fog kind of whisper over the whole, like, see the background there?
Yeah.
It's like this, it's almost like a blanket of very, very, very thin, see, I don't know clouds. I don't even know if we're calling them the right names, but yeah, see, it's dropping more. See that? Doggone it. But, well, at least we got a test, guys. Look, they didn't shut off, okay? So that's positive. And then we'll do another test, and hopefully we'll get some more sun and push this up. One thing I noticed, guys, this is a huge thing I noticed as I was sitting here rambling. I noticed that when you put both panels on one port, you can only max up to 600 watts, okay? So when you put two panels, one on one port and one on the other port, remember that last video we got all the way up to 704 watts. Now the reason for that, guys, is the MPPT controller in there only allows 600 watts per side. Pecron, I don't know if it can do it. It would be absolute, and I think you would agree, Miss Ramblin Bob, I think it would be absolutely phenomenal to allow 1,000 watt inverter charger boards, or MPPT controller charger boards on each port. Guys, thumbs up if you like that idea.
Definitely. I
think that's a monster. Right? See, it's still dropping, so the clouds are obviously coming in. Darn you, Christopher Columbus and Trish Stratus. Guys, I think that would be, maybe on their next unit, guys, I don't know. I think that would be a monster idea to allow 2,000 watt input on 1,000 watt MPPT board and 1,000 watt MPPT board. Guys, if you like that idea, give me a thumbs up, please, because I want other people to get that idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. If you're not a scriber, please join the scriber family. We're building a huge little community here where if somebody has a question or a problem or a concern or whatever, we can all talk to each other and figure out. There's a lot of educated people out there, but they have no way to have their voices heard. So we're allowing the platform to be open. Yep, see, it's dropping again. To people that have the knowledge, because like I said, we're still very new at this, guys. We've had a channel for, what do you think, maybe less than 3 months or so, and we've only had this for, you know, all the solar stuff, that, you know, the big stuff, for maybe a year or so. Yeah, I would say probably a year, just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And we watch channels and try to learn as we go. This can be very dangerous, if not deadly, guys, to mess with stuff like that. So I know it's very intimidating. I learned firsthand. Anything over 48 volts DC, it could kill you. Is it likely? Probably not, but it could, because 48 volts goes right through the skin, right to your heart. I think that's why they use DC voltage in the electric chair. You know, not a good story, but I think that's why they use it, because it goes right in. I don't know. I don't even know about that, but I think it's all DC current. But yeah, DC current, guys, is very, very dangerous, if not deadly. But if you're not a scriber member, please become a scriber member. Join the family, man. We're having a lot of fun here. Our discussions go kind of weird and crazy sometimes about, you know, Columbus clouds and Trish Stratus. But at the end of the day, guys, all we're trying to do as a community is to get everybody to come together and learn about their hobby so they can enjoy it better, right? I think we'll have this as a sign-off. We'll put Ramblin Bobcat up here, and I think Ramblin Bobcat will sign us off here. Ramblin Bobcat, what do you have to say? See, that's that dead air, guys, I was talking about. See, if we was a radio station, we would have failed, buddy. We would have failed. You know, we would have got our contract deleted there. All right, well, I'm going to speak for Ramblin Bobcat. We had a nice time and blah, blah, blah. Right, okay. All right, guys.
Camera shy. She's the opposite.
Yeah, well, before she wanted to be on camera like 24 hours a day, and now she's just staring at me. So she looks like a statue. I don't know if you can see her head. Can you guys see her head? Yeah, she's just staring at me. It's really, she gives those creepy looks. You guys ever seen like those scary movie creepy looks through a doorway? Yeah, that's what she does. Here, I'll put it right like at her. You imagine seeing that, guys, for like hours upon hours upon hours. Hey, Rambling Bobcat. Rambling Bob. Oh, now she's camera shy. See that? All right, buddy. All right. So we're gonna sign off, guys. I think the test was successful. As you can see, the watts is dropping, but we didn't have those arcs, guys. You know, the roller coasters. I know this is a long video, and I apologize. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing us ramble. That's what we do for a living. But all right, guys, be safe. Don't forget to like the video. It helps people find it. And become a subscriber. And I think Rambling Bobcat is going to hop off. Oh, no, she's going to take a nap on the solar generator. All right, guys. Well, Mrs. Rambling Bob, do you have anything to say?
She's charging. That's what she's doing.
Oh, she is charging.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we need? We need one of these then. Here, we can put one of these on her. And then, all right, guys, we got MC4s in on the cat here, and she's charging. She's happy. But warning, please don't do this with your cat. our cat's crazy. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening to us ramble. Boy, it'd be fun to have a podcast and just ramble. Hey, just ramble for like 6 hours. It'd be the longest podcast in history. Where like you okay, this is the end, and just kidding, and then you ramble on for another 4 hours. So, yeah. All right, guys. Be safe out there. As you can see, we're not going to get anything better today. It's going the opposite way. The Trish clouds and the Columbus clouds are dropping in. All right, guys, be safe. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next Rambling Bob Reviews. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Okay.